How's it going, everyone? I don't think traders lose because they have bad entries. In fact, I think their obsession with entries is exactly why so many traders never become consistent. Every day, I see traders spending hours looking for the perfect fair value gap, the perfect order block, the perfect confirmation, and then they still wonder why the results never improve. The reason is simple. They're trying to solve the last decision before they've made the first one. You see, trading isn't won or lost at the point of execution. It's won or lost in the quality of the decisions being made that lead up to the execution. After 14 years in the markets, I've found that every high probability trade I take follows exactly the same sequence. I establish my bias, I wait for the right market condition, only then do I concern myself with execution. If that sequence is broken, I don't trade. It doesn't matter how good the entry looks, it doesn't matter how attractive the setup appears. If the market hasn't earned the right for me to participate, I simply wait. Today I'm going to show you exactly how that decision-making process works and why I believe it removes the majority of emotional trading before you've even placed a trade. Now, step one is bias. Every single decision starts with bias. Not execution, not entries, bias. Because before I even ask where I should enter, I first need to answer the far more important question. Which direction is the market actually trying to deliver price? For this model, I keep it simple. I'm not interested in creating complicated trends. If price is producing higher highs and higher lows, I'm looking for longs. If price breaks the structure and produces lower lows and lower highs, I'm looking for shorts. The moment one of those protected higher highs or higher lows fails, I stop and I switch direction. The purpose of bias isn't to predict the future. It's to eliminate unnecessary decisions. Instead of looking for buys and sells all day, I know exactly where I want the market to be and what I want the market to show me. That alone removes a huge amount of emotional decision making. Step two is condition. Now that I know what I want to trade, I need to use the market and I need the market to give me and create the right market environment. This is where session timing becomes incredibly important. Markets don't behave the same way throughout the day. Liquidity is created during one session and it's often attacked during another. For this model, I use the Asia session to define that liquidity. My Asia session runs from 6 p.m. until midnight New York time. During those hours, I'm not looking at trades. I'm allowing the market to build a range. And that range becomes extremely valuable later. If my higher time frame is bullish, I want to see London trade below Asia low. If my higher time frame is bearish, I want to see London trade above Asia high. Do you notice what I'm doing here? I'm not chasing the trend. I'm waiting for the market to temporarily move against it, and that manipulation creates my opportunity. Without it, I have no reason to take a trade. Step number 3 is execution. This is where most traders begin. For me, this is where the process ends. Once London has swept the appropriate side of Asia range, I need confirmation that delivery has changed. That confirmation comes in the form of a change in the state of delivery on the 5-minute time frame. That tells me something very important. It tells me the market has finished manipulating and may now be prepared to deliver back in line with the higher time frame objective. That doesn't mean every CISD becomes a trade. It means the market has finally earned my attention. Now I can begin refining risk, I can begin looking for execution, and the higher time frame gave me direction. So here we have Asia consolidating, and we see price run above Asia high, and we get our CISD within our London trading window. This is what I need to get my execution. You can place your stop loss at the highest point, and you can keep your target simple at 2R. I will show you later on in the video how we can extend those targets to get 3, 4, 5R trades. For now, let's look at market structure. We have price action giving us higher highs and higher lows. We sweep out the lows and we create higher highs and higher market structure. What do we see then? We see price pulling back in a bullish trend to an order block. We see price tapping that order block, we touch it, and then we trade away from it. Now I'm going to zoom in here on a lower time frame. We can see here we have our sessions printed. Now this engulfing candle is this engulfing candle. That's just to show you that London tends to manipulate Asia lows, and then we trade to Asia highs. Now, if we can get that in line with a higher time frame trend, we are golden. Now, having a look at this here on the 5-minute time frame, we can see price sweeps out the low, takes out the order block, and we have that one down close candle that gets closed above. That's my change in the state of delivery. If you want to wait for a little bit more extra confirmation, you can wait for the run of down close candles to get closed above, and this becomes your entry. Stop loss covers these relative equal lows, and we can target 2R, or we can go back to a higher time frame, and we can target 1 hour pools of liquidity. Here we have a swing point, an open fair value gap. We can have those as targets as well. Now here we had that trade over here. This is the same market on the same time frame. Now we can see we shift structure to the downside. And not only do we shift structure to the downside, what are we expecting? We are expecting the market to continue making lower highs and lower lows. And what do we see here? We see price pulling into a fair value gap. And during Asia, we see London opens up and we manipulate Asia high. Now I'm going to show you how this looks like on a 5-minute time frame. Here on a 5-minute time frame, what do we see here? Here we have that manipulation. We're in our London session kill zone, and we have 1, 2, 3 bullish candles that takes out the high. As soon as we close below, that's my entry. Stop loss covers the high, and you can target 2R, or you can target that 1 hour draw on liquidity. Now that 1 hour draw on liquidity is going to be this low. Remember, in a bearish trend, we want to see lower lows and lower highs continue. In a bullish trend like we had here, you want to see higher highs and higher lows continue. Here we have failed to take out this high. So if you held a partial to this high, you wouldn't have hit that take profit. But looking at this, we see price action failing to take out this high. That means there might be a shift coming, and we can change our narrative direction. Remember to keep it simple. So if we go back to this, step 1, we have the market making lower lows, lower highs, we close above, and these gray boxes will be my change in the state of delivery. Now, oftentimes, the highest probability trades is where we can pull back into that CISD on the higher time frame, and in that we get the manipulation of Asia session. Remember, if we are bearish, we want to see the high of Asia get manipulated during our trading window, and that's where we want to see our 5-minute change in a state of delivery. If we are bullish, we want to see the low of Asia get manipulated, and that's where we want to see our entry condition. In this example, we are in a bullish uptrend. Price trades into an order block. We trade into that order block during what? London kill zone, 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. That is extremely important. And as soon as price hits London kill zone, what happens on the 5-minute? Well, we get our changes in the state of delivery, and we can execute our trade because we are in line with a higher time frame narrative. The biggest lesson I can leave with you is this. Execution is not where great trades begin. Great trades begin with great decisions. Bias, condition, execution, in that order. Reverse the order and you'll spend your career chasing entries. Follow the process and you'll spend far more time waiting for the market to come to you. That's the difference between reacting to price and understanding it. Everything you've seen in this video is exactly how I approach the markets every single day. And by understanding a framework and applying it consistently are two very different things. That's why I've built the mentorship program around live execution rather than hindsight execution. Education. Every trading day I'm live with members throughout both the London and New York sessions. We build a bias together, we analyze the session together, and we execute together. You're not watching old examples after the move has happened. You're seeing the complete decision-making process unfold in real time. That is where real confidence is built, not from memorizing another strategy, but from seeing the same framework repeated day after day. If you are serious about becoming a consistently profitable trader, you'll find everything you need linked down below.